If you're an investor with equity in one of your rental deals, you might be wondering, should you take a cash out now at a lower or higher rate? What are the options that exist out there when you're thinking about DSCR loan products? Today, I'm going to break down different strategies to compare those levers that you can adjust when you're looking at loan products for you. While there are a lot of hypothetical scenarios that I can run, I'm going to control a lot of those because at the end of the day, if we get into this conversation, you and I, those factors are already set in stone. Your credit score is what it is. Your property is what it is. Its lease and its terms and its property taxes, those things are set. So I'm going to focus in solely today on the size of the loan you can get after and the prepayment penalty, and then the corresponding interest rate that goes along with those different loan products. And really, this is where I think investors have the most direct influence when they're looking at that next loan for the rental property. First off, a couple definitions I'll be using quite a bit. LTV, loan to value. This is the amount that you're borrowing in relation to the cost of the house. So if you have a $400,000 house and you borrowed $300,000, you have an LTV of 75%. Next up, prepayment penalty period, or PPP. What is this? This is a period where you've agreed with the lender that if you were to refinance or pay off the loan inside that period, that you would owe them a penalty. Periods are typically in year increments, and the penalties can be declining over time. They can be fixed across the board. They're typically represented as a percentage of the loan or a flat numerical fee, such as $500. As you can see, starting on the left at the 0 or no prepayment penalty, you can see at a 65% LTV, you have the best possible interest rate or lowest possible interest rate. And then going all the way up to an 80% LTV, you see the highest possible interest rate. What's interesting is you can see some parity between 0 and 1 and 2 and 3 year prepayment penalties, where if you advance to the right to the 1 year prepayment penalty at 70% LTV, you're still finding the similar rate that you find at 0 year prepayment penalty. Moving on into 2 and 3 years, you also see that the rates are coming down from that 80%. So the lender is giving you a better rate at that point because you've agreed to that prepayment penalty period. However, you also see the lowest rates at 65% LTV that are offered there. Here I've just graphed the information in a different manner. So you can see at different LTVs how the prepayment penalty resulting interest rates break out. And so again, you can see that parity between 0 and 1 year and 2 and 3 year, where the rates are held constant at 65% LTV. Similarly, at 70% LTV, but then there's a premium placed on the 3 year prepayment penalty. And then you see a greater dispersion as the LTV increases. So what does this all mean? As I mentioned up front, these are two of the areas that you have probably the most control over. How long you have terms committed to the lender based on the prepayment penalty period, or the best possible interest rate for you being the lowest or striking that balance in between. These two things are things that you need to weigh out, and I'd be happy to run the scenarios for you because determining different LTVs changes your loan size. It's going to change your monthly payment. Looking at that prepayment penalty might tie you up in the future where if interest rates declined enough, it might be worth doing another refinance. All of these things are thinking about your future self while you're signing paperwork today. This is where our company mantra here at the One Brokerage to leave you up better financially than we found you is something that I firmly believe in and want to be able to provide and show for you how we do that.